Hey friends, you're listening to the Teenage Mindset Podcast, where we'll unravel the layers of adolescent experience exploring the effects and challenges of mental health in teenagers. We're your hosts, Gabby,
Helias.
Today, our episode focus will be social media and its effects on our and the younger generations.
A disclaimer before you listen to today's episode. We were all sick at the time of recording, so we do ramble a little bit, and we sound a little bit crazy, but it's okay.
Let's start off with a few questions.
In what ways have you seen social media positively impact the lives of Gen Z individuals?
I feel that our generation's more like open-minded than the other ones. If that makes sense.
Like in the past, people definitely, like when it came to like comments and texting people on social media, it was a lot more like not conservative, but like
Teenagers are more aware of like their environment and like what's going on in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I feel like social media is good for like news, sharing news and stuff.
Yeah. Like a lot of people, they rely on social media to know things. Like, for example, knowing snow day. I didn't know that we had snow day until I checked Instagram for BSB.
That is so true.
That's how I found out.
Yeah, I had like people sending it to me. Like if it wasn't for social media, I would have showed up to school.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, something I didn't know before social media was like pronouns and stuff. Like I obviously knew they existed, but I didn't know there was like different types besides the like he, him, she, her.
Yeah, me too. Like I knew like the generic, like, but after social media, and also like with new updates, like say for example, like for Instagram, you can put in your bio your pronouns, and I definitely think that helps because it can be like hard, like telling people and like getting people to like people don't usually ask like, oh, what are your pronouns? So if they see it in your bio,
Yeah, and in that way you can just respect them.
so yeah, you can be respectful of what they want without necessarily like asking them like
Exactly.
I feel like just like LGBTQ rights in general very like uplifted recently. Like I feel like before there's like a stigma around them, like people would like hate on them, like people would use that as an insult, but now I feel like it's a very empowering thing.
Yeah, I definitely think social media has definitely like helped that because it's like it also spreads awareness and like spreads positivity. Social media definitely can positively impact people's mental health when, say for example, they follow a site that has inspirational things. Like that could easily just change someone's day just by seeing like an inspirational quote or something like that. And like it can definitely impact the mental health when you see positive things showing up on your feed, and it improves your mood in general.
I feel like also people can like garner like supportive like fan bases or just like communities that they can just like express their feelings and like people can understand them. Sometimes the people around you don't always understand you for who you are, but sometimes people online have like similar interests and will understand you more.
Yeah, you can definitely find like people that have common interests with you through social media. And honestly, like sometimes you can even like make friends through social media. It can be kind of dodgy sometimes, but you can make friends and like talk to people that will uplift you and make you feel more seen. So how do you guys think that we can kind of like promote or keep this positive energy going to our generation and younger generations that are either like new to social media or are constantly on it?
I think by spreading love in social media and like commenting positive quotes and like not spreading hate, and also blocking and reporting haters on Instagram and social media.
Yeah, and like if you see people that are hating, just ignore it. Don't jump into like say people are having an argument in the comments, like don't insert yourself into it because you don't need that negative energy. And yeah,
I feel like the peace mindset, like peace of mind,
yeah, like
just kind of like
Ignoring.
ignoring negative energy.
Yeah, that's so true.
because like you're the only person that's in charge of like what you put in, and what you take out from social media. So if you just ignore the negatives, then you will be more of a positive person in the end.
Also, if you just follow like the negative posts and comment, the Instagram Explorer is gonna bring you more and more. But if you follow like positive ones, it will be like all positive. So
yeah, like it's all about the algorithm.
Surround yourself with positive energy.
Yeah. Yes.
In our next segment, we have Jules going to Metrotown and interviewing people about the effects of social media on teenagers' mental health.
Join us as we interview teens at our high school and at Metrotown Mall to explore the psychological, emotional, and social consequences of this digital age phenomenon, featuring expert insights, personal stories, and thought-provoking discussions.
So how do you think social media may affect the mental health of teenagers today?
It can really affect body image. Like, you start comparing yourself to these models.
It really drastically affects mental health because it's a major form of communication. So if you don't have it, you can be really like ostracized. All of it creates a really distorted sense of reality.
Everybody's always constantly comparing themselves, and I think it has a negative impact on like body image and everything on social media. A lot of it, it's edited, it's fake, and it gives such unrealistic standards on what we could achieve.
I think it's both positive and negative. It's a fun way to like share your life and to connect with other people. I also think it's negative because it makes lots of people insecure about themselves. It's very two-sided.
I think it affects them deeply. It triggers like a dopamine response. You're looking for stuff, and that it makes us deeply comparative.
For me, it benefits me. For others, I know that like it affects them in a negative way because like, you know, bullying online and stuff.
It's highly addictive.
It has an impact on teenagers because they're constantly thinking about like how other people view themselves.
A new study has found that checking email on social media is more addictive than cigarettes and alcohol. Do you agree or disagree?
I would agree. People will always have phones.
In a sense, it could be true. Like, everybody uses their phone and they don't bat an eye.
I definitely agree. It's an addiction.
I don't know, but I do check social media like a lot.
100%. 100%. But there are days when all of a sudden 1 hour, 1 minute turns into like 4.
That's true. That's true.
No,
No.
because cigarettes is bad and phone is good.
So now let's talk about the opposite, so the negative side of social media. From body image concerns to the pressure to present a perfect life online, how does social media impact the mental well-being of Gen Z? We'll delve into the darker side of these platforms and discuss the potential consequences of excessive social media use.
So, the first question for darker side of the social media is, in what ways have you observed social media affecting the mental health of Gen Z individuals?
That's a really good question.
I feel like social media really negatively influences like body image. Like, I've seen this happen to my friends where they like join these chat rooms where people do obsessive eating disorders. Like, they'll just eat 1 banana per day, and that's like crazy. Like, how do you eat 1 banana per day?
Yeah, and they like promote it to each other, like, oh, you should be doing this.
And they support each other in their eating disorders. Like, hey, only 1 almond per day, guys.
You're like, this is not good.
Yeah, and also everyone like influencer are posting like their best life. Not when they're having problem, they're not gonna post their like their experiences. And everyone, like myself, I feel like I'm not enough or I'm not good as them. So it's really important to know that all of the things that are posted on Instagram is fake. And yeah,
and like if you compare yourself to like influencers you see online, it's not realistic, because like half the things they're showing, it's like things are edited, like it goes through like a whole team of people, like, oh, can you post this, or is it like, it's unrealistic, and like it sets unrealistic standards.
Oh my god, something I saw online was that talent agencies, they have like a whole like team of editors just to edit photos for them.
And like some people even find the original photos and then it's just outing them. It just doesn't make them look like a good person.
It's like body shaming because of that.
Yeah, exactly. And this has a like bad impact on mental health. And some teenagers don't know that like this is all because of the editing and like filters and makeup and everything, and they feel like they're not enough.
Yeah.
So.
And then they start like obsessing over it and like are constantly looking at what other people have and what they don't have, and then it's like you start to just get like wrapped up in the loop, and like some people even lose sleep over it because of how much they're obsessing over it and always on it and checking it.
Like I feel like that also like just like teen girls especially, like I feel like a lot of us have like really low self-esteem because of like everything that we're seeing on social media.
It's like that's like such a big issue. It's been an issue for so long. It's people just comparing themselves to these like perfect looking like what are those called, like
models.
Influencers, yeah, and like models, when it's like in reality that's not really how it is. Like some people, yeah, they're true and they show the true them, but it's like it's very rare to see an influencer that does that. Yeah, and it's like that's not good for especially younger kids to see. And same thing, like that's kind of connected with like cyberbullying. Like a lot of cyberbullying goes on online, and like usually someone of like not higher authority, but like adults, they don't see that because it's like they're not always like checking their kids' devices and social media, so they don't know what's happening, and it's like scary for kids to speak up about it, because like personally it has happened to me where like people have like bullied me online and then I didn't know what to do, and like I got threatened if I told anyone that they would continue it or make it worse. They were making fun of me and like how I looked, and then it made me start obsessing over it and believing the negative comments and negative like things that they were saying about me. And it's very like a big thing to have cyberbullying, because it's like they can hide behind a screen and don't have to worry about saying it up to your face.
Now let's talk about how you can protect yourself from negative aspects of social media.
And like reduce the negative impact it has on your mental well-being.
Yeah, because there are a lot of negative things out there, like we just discussed.
Like I feel like a big thing you could do is just unfollow people, like block haters.
Yeah, like when you follow people that are sending negative things your way, it starts, like we said, like it starts the algorithm of negative things coming up on your feed. So if you block it and like don't associate yourself with, like, say people are like, I don't know, hating on you, if you just don't reply and like just leave it, they're eventually gonna get bored of it.
I feel like also a big thing is private accounts.
Yeah,
right? Like
exactly.
when you have a public account, it like gives people the opportunity to send you more hate, and like they're allowed to comment on your posts, they're allowed to do things like interacting with your feed in a negative way. But like when it's private, you can decide who views your posts, who follows you, stuff like that.
Honestly, it's like also protecting your peace, like just like blocking out the amount of people that can see your stuff, and like only having close friends, family. But like someone, like I have a public account, like sometimes I get some like really weird accounts following me, and they're like I have really weird DMs sometimes, and they're like, oh my god, you're so ugly. I don't post my face.
Yeah, it's like they're just spreading that to spread it, like they're just finding anyone to spread it to, and like they target the public accounts. And I feel like having my Instagram being private, it really helps me like not dictate, but like decide who sees what, and like pretty much just my friends follow me, like people that I know follow me. But like if it were to be public, anyone could just follow me. But having a private account, it definitely helps with regulation, and like you can even turn off your comments if it's getting to you.
Okay, so I remember one time me and my friends decided to kind of have a public account. So, because like we were kids, and like usually kids want to be famous. So we decided to make that account. But after like a week, we had like so many weird accounts, like old men following us and texting us. And so it was like really, it had a bad impact on our mental health. So then we decided to kind of remove that account. And also our like dads, they were like pissed because we had like those followers and those DMs, because we were like 14 years old, I think. So it was really weird. That was like my experience.
And like we don't want that happening with younger generations who even are just like, especially if they're just coming on social media and they don't know how to like whatever, like regulate it or whatever, and they have like weird people DMing them, and it's weird. Like it could lead to weird things too.
Yeah, I feel like it's really scary too, because like you getting all this like, because like imagine like you're a little kid, you get all this attention from these like random accounts. Like I feel like some kids would like feed into it and be like, oh my god, this random old man likes me. Like,
and they could even just be like the weirdos can be like, hey, like I wanted to be your friend, you seem like a fun person, and they like fall into that because they don't know any better,
and they're like, come meet me at this location.
It's like,
and there are like so bad consequences for that.
So like we just don't want that happening to anyone.
How do influencers influence the values and aspiration of Gen Z individuals?
I feel like influencers, like for example Katie Fang, like I remember like going on her TikTok account and just seeing her like open up about her mental health, and just like seeing her, that she can struggle with that too, just like really opened my eyes. I was just like really shocked, because she was also talking about suicide awareness, and I don't know, just in a way that really made me feel seen.
Yeah, and like when they say or do things that you can relate to, it makes you feel so much more like comforted almost, because like you know like they're not perfect, and like it makes you feel like they understand you, or like you could understand them.
Like I feel like this also goes back into where like influencers only post like the perfect part of their lives, so just like them opening about their mental health, just like
yeah, because it makes you feel like you're not the only one who's like dealing with mental health. And also the people who are on the social media and you see like their perfect lives, they're dealing with mental health too. So.
And it also at the same time like spreads awareness to people that do follow them, because like when they open up about that, like it shows that it's like it happens to people, even if they seem like they have a perfect life. Like it does actually happen, like behind the scenes. And like I feel like that can also influence like what we talked about before, like the negative comments. Like when people it's like a weird thing when people know that you're going through something, then they won't be like as mean, and like it's like that's like bad, like you shouldn't be mean in general, but like for some reason people do that. So like once they know like, oh, they're not perfect, like they actually have stuff going on, then they like kind of back off a bit. Guys, let's talk about Andrew Tate for a second.
Oh my god.
he's a character, that one.
Love his Bugattis.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys might have seen the way that, what is it? Is it a podcast? Or
I don't
is it
even
just
know.
like a platform?
Have you guys seen his clips on TikTok?
Yeah.
Hope
it's like
you didn't.
Yeah, because he's a very strong-minded person.
He is crazy.
Yeah, like just to sum it up, like how do you explain like what kind of person he is?
He is a very
special mind.
Yeah.
He's very confident, I'll say.
Yeah. And like I feel like he's also very like, oh, like men are the best. Like
I feel like it's just the whole thing where it's like what's it called, Sigma grind mindset, whatever. It's like I feel like a lot of like younger men or like boys or guys or whatever, they're like feeding into it because they see Andrew Tate as this like very confident, like rich, like cool guy, and they're like, I want to be exactly like that, so let me adapt his mindset, and if I get this mindset, then I'm literally just gonna be Andrew Tate and get these Bugattis.
Like I know some of my guy friends, like they used to actually like genuinely follow him, and they would talk about like, oh no, like he's so right, like listen to things he says. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like he's such a like the way he shares his opinions and thoughts is just so interesting. Like he's like I don't know, he's so confident with it, which makes it look like it's like he has like he's talking about like things that are true. And like
I mean like having confidence and like being successful or rich is good, but the way he think and he talk about women, it's not good. So
it's like, it's just imagine young females saying that, or like even hearing like, say they have like guys in their life that watch him and then they start talking about it. It's like that could really affect like especially girls. That
It's scary.
Yeah. It's like and it's like so crazy to see like how one person can influence such like
especially it can affect like the relationships because of the thoughts that younger male learn from him.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
And it like creates a division between women and men.
Exactly.
I feel like also a big thing is just like Andrew Tate in general. Like some of the things he says are right. Like some of the things he says, like whether it's like business or something, he can be right sometimes. But it's just like the other things he says, his like followers and supporters, they like use that to justify everything he says. Like just because one person says something that's right doesn't mean everything they say is right.
Yeah, and like just the way that he says it, and like he says something good but then contradicts himself by saying something like negative, and it's like you said, like he has good points, but then like it's like after like exactly what you said, after hearing all those good points, like it makes people think that they can like justify it by saying like, oh no, but he said this, like he's right about that.
He's right always.
Yeah, like no.
Like, yeah, it can really hurt feelings. It can,
like and it could affect people's like, honestly, like it's kind of like it could affect people's mental health, like seeing that and hearing him talk about it.
Also, isn't he like a woman abuser?
It is.
Yeah. I don't remember.
I think it is.
Yeah, I don't remember where it was, but like I think his house got like swatted or something.
Yeah, like he's just, I don't know. He's the type of influencer that's like, he's not really spreading positivity.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good influence. Like, I feel like, why are people looking up to this guy who like does all this stuff to women? Like, just imagine this happening to the women around you. Like, imagine this happening to your mom. Like, would you want this stuff to happen to like your sister?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think he's like the type of person that should be blocked.
Yeah.
Like really.
Like I don't know.
I feel like he's a hater and he should be blocked. Like,
yeah. Block the haters, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfollow Andrew Tate now.
Yeah. I mean, if you agree with him, then that's your...
All the power to you, but us personally, us at Teenage Mindset, we do not support Andrew Tate.
We do not agree with...
We are haters.
Don't block
us.
Don't block us. We love you.
We love you, just not Andrew Tate.
We just hate haters.
Yeah, we're haters on Andrew Tate, but that's it.
We love you.
We have our reasons. We love you, and we hope you...
We love you.
Ignore Andrew Tate.
Honestly.
And his followers.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if someone comes up to you and tries to defend him, just walk away.
Just walk away.
They don't deserve that.
Peace of mind. Block the haters.
Block the haters.
Block them in real life.
Just walk away.
Just walk away.
You got this.
You got this.
Many children today are introduced to digital devices at an early age, becoming iPad kids. While technology offers educational benefits, excessive screen time can contribute to a premature exposure to mature content, social media, and unrealistic beauty standards. This premature exposure may impact teens as they grapple with body image issues, self-esteem, and social comparison.
I personally think that there should be a limit as to what age parents give their children and let their children have technology, because it's like they give it, like say it's a new parent and their kid is like, I don't know, like annoying them or something, that giving the iPad or the phone is like the first thing that comes to mind, because it's a great distraction for kids. Like when they play on their parents' phones and stuff, it distracts them and then makes them happier. But then doing that, they start to get like addicted to it, and like that's the only thing that will calm them down is a like piece of technology, which is such a bad loop to start, because when they get addicted, it's like it's just so bad for them. And like that's why so many kids are called like iPad kids, or like even have like bad eyesight, or like their development of their brain is like stunted because of how much technology they're getting exposed to at such a young age. So it's like, and also that, but also at the same time, like yes, technology can be educational for kids, but most of the time their parents aren't letting the kids use it for something educational. It's just like to play games and distract them. But on the other side, when it is educational, like it could be so good if they have limits to what apps they have. Like say you give your kid an iPad for Christmas, I'd say a good age would be like, I don't know, like 7 or 8. You can like dictate what apps they get. So, like, until they're at the age where they can be trusted to what apps they get, like, you could just put like educational ones and like maybe a couple games here and there, but like one so they won't be distracted by other games and will just be using it for like a good reason. Same thing goes for like letting them use social media. Like my parents didn't let me have social media till I was, I think, 12 or 13, and that was such a good decision because I didn't get addicted to it at a young age, and like I didn't post things that I would regret, because I know for a fact when kids have a like Instagram account at a young age, they post things without thinking about it, and then a lot of the times like it gets stuck there. Like you lose the password to one of your social medias, and like you can't delete the post, and then people find it and then in the long run get made fun of for it. Like I know some people, and myself actually, I did post like something embarrassing when I first got Instagram, and I couldn't delete it because I couldn't find the login to my Instagram, and like everyone found it and was making fun of it, and like people still do that with like TikTok too. So it's like when they don't have restrictions, they like eventually will be like, Mom, like, or Dad, like, why did you let me do this? And it's like the parents most of the time don't know what they're posting, like don't know what their kids are posting, so it's like, how are they supposed to stop them? And so I feel like if you like not like kind of like what my parents did, like don't let your kids have like social media accounts or even just technology until they're trusted with it. And like, yeah, everyone kind of has to go through a phase where they post embarrassing things and then learn, but like it's not, if I could go without it, I would have waited until I was in at least grade like 9 or 10, because then I know what I'm posting and I know if it's like gonna embarrass me, you know? So I feel like parents can, and to limiting screen time is so good. Like until you're at a trusted age, like I believe that parents should like when kids go to bed, like they take their technology away, because or else they'll just use it like in bed, which is so bad for your eyes and your brain, using technology before bed. And even I know that, but I still do it sometimes. So like until they're at the age where they can stop themselves and limit themselves, like take away their technology if you need to, and don't use it as like a bait, like, oh, I'm gonna take your phone if you don't do this. Like that's not fair. Like unless like they pay for it themselves too, like if they're at an age where they can pay for their own phones, like don't take it from them, because that's not fair. That's technically their property.
In summary, our journey through the interconnected realms of technology, societal pressures, and premature exposure to adult concepts has shed light on the potential impact on teens' mental health. Addressing these multifaceted challenges necessitated the creation of a nurturing environment, the promotion of positive coping mechanisms, and the empowerment of teens having the intricacies of modern adolescence. And as we conclude this insightful exploration of social media and its effects on Gen Z, it's evident that these platforms exert a profound influence, offering both positive opportunities and presenting significant challenges. We only scratch the surface of these dynamic landscapes, leaving room for deeper conversations and analysis. We hope these episodes serve as a catalyst for reflection and spark meaningful discussion about the evolving role of social media in shaping the experiences of today's youth. Thank you for joining us on The Teenage Mindset.